Some SUVs looked like a good deal, but by 2026, value has already dropped so much that owners are losing serious money. Here are 5 SUVs ranked from bad to worse. Number 5 has already lost a lot of value, and number 1 is the most worthless in the market today. Starting with number 5, 2022 Nissan Pathfinder. The 2022 Nissan Pathfinder is included as a least valuable SUV in 2026 because its resale value has already dropped significantly in just a few years since it was new. According to vehicle value data from Kelley Blue Book, the 2022 Pathfinder has lost nearly half its original value, about 47% depreciation, dropping roughly $16,753 in value, and now fetching around $18,800 resale, or $16,300 trade-in as of early 2026. These figures place it in the mid to lower range of depreciation compared with other SUVs, meaning owners who bought it new or a few years ago are now seeing much less return when selling it. Resale value trends also show that many 2022 Pathfinders have steep year-over-year drops in price, and even Edmunds pricing estimates suggest that by 2026, an average condition Pathfinder could be worth roughly $12,600 to $15,000, depending on trim and mileage. Part of this steep value loss is tied to broader depreciation patterns for midsize SUVs, where the Pathfinder doesn't hold value as well as competitors like Toyota or Honda models. Used vehicle analysts note that several crossover SUVs depreciate faster due to buyer preference swings, fleet sales, and supply levels, and the Pathfinder's depreciation is on the higher side of these trends. Because of this rapid value decline, many owners end up receiving much less for their 2022 Pathfinder than they might expect, making it a model that has already lost considerable market worth by 2026. Number 4, 2022 Jeep Grand Cherokee L. The 2022 Jeep Grand Cherokee L is ranked here because its resale value has taken a steep hit by 2026, making it harder for owners to get strong money back when selling or trading it. According to depreciation estimates, this model has lost about 42% of its original value since new, dropping around $16,125 in overall value, and now showing a private party resale value close to $22,100 with a trade-in of about $20,700 in early 2026. These numbers mean that someone who bought the vehicle when it was new could be seeing a near 50% reduction in what they can recover, even after just a few years of ownership. This depreciation rate places it in the middle to lower range for used SUVs from the same model year, showing that demand for this SUV drops quickly after the first few years on the market. One of the reasons why the 2022 Grand Cherokee L struggles in resale value is tied to buyer behavior and market conditions. As more buyers look for models with stronger value retention, units that lose value faster end up lingering on lots longer, and private party buyers often expect steep discounts. For the Grand Cherokee L, price drops have been seen year after year, which means sellers may accept far less than the original purchase price. In some cases, depreciation patterns show the vehicle losing value quicker than many competing SUVs, especially those from brands known for stronger resale like Toyota or Honda. The combination of rapid depreciation, supply outpacing demand, and buyers favoring other used SUVs has resulted in the 2022 Jeep Grand Cherokee L having considerably less market worth by 2026 than many owners expected when the vehicle was new. Number 3, 2022 Ford Explorer. The 2022 Ford Explorer ranks here because by 2026 its resale value has dropped enough that owners see much less of their original investment back when trying to sell it. According to depreciation data, a 2022 Explorer has lost about 37% of its value in the last 3 years, which works out to a drop of roughly $12,090 off its original value. That leaves the estimated private party resale price at around $19,750, with a trade-in closer to $14,350 for average condition examples in early 2026. Even before 2026, the Explorer's price curve shows steady year-over-year declines. Earlier listings and pricing estimates suggest that a typical 2022 Explorer traded year by year went from an approximate original value in the low $30,000 range down to the mid-$20,000 range a couple of years later, and then continued dropping as it aged. Analysts who track resale values note that the Explorer's depreciation sits in the middle to higher range compared with other SUVs from the same model year, which means this particular vehicle doesn't retain value as well as crossovers with stronger demand. A big reason for this continued value loss is tied to market conditions and supply trends. As more 2022 Explorers enter the used market, buyers have more choices at lower prices, which pushes asking prices down. Compared with brands that traditionally hold their value strongly, the Explorer's slower resale performance leads to steeper price drops in the first few years of ownership. Because of this, by 2026, many owners receive far less than they paid originally, making the 2022 Explorer one of the SUVs with noticeably weaker value retention at this point. Number 2, 2022 Kia Sorento. The 2022 Kia Sorento has taken a sharp dive in market value by 2026, making it one of the least worthwhile midsize SUVs for owners trying to recover their investment. Buyers who purchased it new have already seen around 42% of the vehicle's original price vanish, translating into a loss of about $12,961, leaving resale prices at roughly $17,300 and trade-in offers near $15,850. The decline didn't happen suddenly. The Sorrento's price has eroded steadily year after year, influenced by shifts in buyer demand and the increasing supply of similar crossovers in the used market. For many, a Sorento that cost over $30,000 new now trades for barely more than half that, making it difficult to justify holding onto it if trying to recoup money. Unlike some competitors that retain value due to strong brand reputation or consistent reliability perception, the Sorento struggles to attract buyers willing to pay top dollar. Dealers and private party sellers often reduce prices to move inventory quickly, which accelerates depreciation further. Advanced tech features and larger trims may have seemed appealing at launch, but they now have minimal impact on resale, as the market prioritizes durability, fuel efficiency, and brand trust over novelty. From a numeric perspective, resale value for average condition, Sorrento's ranges between $15,500 and $17,000, depending on mileage, trim, and location. Vehicles with heavier usage, such as higher mileage examples from 2022, can drop even further in value. Analysts monitoring midsize SUVs note that while some models can hold upwards of 60 to 65% of their value after 4 years, the Sorento typically remains closer to 55 to 58%, demonstrating why it is considered one of the weaker options financially. By 2026, this loss has cemented its status as a SUV that has literally lost a major portion of its market worth, leaving owners with a vehicle that depreciated faster than many of its peers. Now finally, number 1, the 2022 Jeep Wrangler. By 2026, the 2022 Jeep Wrangler has lost a huge portion of its value, making it one of the worst investments for SUV owners. A Wrangler that cost over $46,000 new now sells for around $24,700 on the private market, with trade-in offers closer to $21,900. That's nearly half of the original price gone in just 4 years. The drop isn't because the Jeep breaks down. It's still tough off-road and mechanically solid, but because most buyers aren't looking for older, specialty SUVs anymore. The problem is simple. The Wrangler appeals to a small group of off-road enthusiasts. Most people shopping for a used SUV care more about comfort, gas mileage, and modern tech. Extras like the Rubicon off-road package, premium wheels, or high-end audio might have added thousands to the price new, but they do almost nothing to maintain resale value today. Basically, the features that made it exciting to buy don't help when trying to sell. Looking at how it's lost value over time, the first year alone knocked off about 17%, and each year after that chipped away another 8 to 10%. Combine that with a growing number of lightly used Wranglers on the market, and it's easy to see why prices keep dropping. Even well-kept, low-mileage models struggle with high resale numbers. By now, this Jeep has gone from a fun adventure SUV to a vehicle that costs its owners far more than it returns. Durability is there, but financial sense is. For anyone trying to recoup a significant part of their purchase price, the 2022 Wrangler has already proven to be the most worthless SUV on this list.